I can remember being at a friend's sleepover, and at some point, someone pulls out a videotape of the movie Twister. Twister is not a scary movie, not by any stretch.
Yeah, it's not.
But about 40 minutes in, we get this shot of a drive-in theater, and playing on the screen of the theater was a different movie. There's this unusual shot of a boy riding a tricycle down a long hall before being confronted by two strange-looking little girls. And something about the scene just felt off. I sat there transfixed, feeling afraid.
I'm sorry. This kid got scared at a sleepover because of what was playing on the background of a different movie. There was one scene from The Shining, not even a scary scene, of a kid on a trike in the background of a different action movie. Dude, I love making fun of children for being scared. This is awesome.
And I was trying and failing to not get too creeped out until later that night when I had to admit defeat, hang my head in shame, and call for my parents to pick me up. The ultimate social disgrace for a 10.
Coward! Sorry, coward child alert. I have to stop and ring the alarm bells, dude. Sorry, bro. You called mommy because you saw one frame of a scene of Shining in the background of a non-scary movie.
The film was, of course, Stanley Kubrick's The Shining, but the question is, what was it about that 8 seconds of footage that scared me so badly? In the scene itself, we start off with this really long shot. Because of the very particular composition of the shot, there's a really strong sense of perspective. And this, combined with the slow pan on the camera, makes it feel like it's not just Danny moving through the hotel, but us as well.
Okay, this is the same camera position when you play Mario Kart, and I don't get scared when I play Mario Kart. You know what I'm saying? Just because I feel like I'm
with
there.
This scene, and I say we because again, that's what it feels like. Rather than watching something happening to someone else,
Blue Shell Monka W.
staging and shot composition makes it feel like we're the ones being confronted here. And not only that, but there is a level of uncanny discomfort.
Playing Mario Kart in fucking constant terror of being hit with a blue shell is very funny.
With what we're being confronted by. While we can identify the little girls as humans, they're far enough away from the camera that we can't be 100% certain, which creates something akin to the discomfort caused by the uncanny valley.
Someone put these exact like statues or dolls or whatever of these two girls, like life size, on their lawn, and me and Ari were driving at night, and they put it near the curb. And it actually was extremely freaky. Driving it in the dark and your headlights hit the two girls on the corner, it actually scared the fucking shit out of me. Because, you know, I definitely slowed down. It was fucking, it's not safe. Not safe.
And Kubrick constantly does this, using bizarre subtleties throughout the movie to unsettle us, whether it be consciously breaking continuity, making his actors appear as ghoulish as physically possible, or making use of ridiculous and unsettling imagery. What strikes me about the hallway scene in particular, however, is how it takes advantage of so many aspects that are unique to film. And this in turn always made me wonder, what advantage can other mediums such as games, animation, and comics offer in terms of horror that perhaps live action could not? And that is exactly what we're here to discuss. Draw the curtains, dim the lights, and get comfortable as we talk about how media scares us. Before we get into specifics, I think at first it might be useful to define what we specifically mean by horror, or to put it another way, what we don't mean. And what we don't mean is jump scares. As I see it, jump scares are more a physiological reaction than an emotional one.
Fucking hype if you jump scared us right now.
It's not difficult or complicated to create a jump scare. In fact, if I wanted to, all I'd have to do to jump scare you right now is let the screen fade to black, slowly trail off my sentence, and... like, I'm not going to, but I could have. Take, for example, 1968's fantastic Rosemary's Baby, in which a young Mia Farrow moves into an apartment complex
very scary movie
run by a satanic cult.
This movie has absolutely no jump scares and nothing really gory and nothing really particularly scary, but it's one of the scariest movies I've ever seen. Here's a spoiler. It's a fucking 60-year-old movie, I think, or like 50-year-old movie. It's a great movie. She knows something's wrong and nobody trusts her. I'm not gonna. I'll just say like it's fucking. It's just you feel like oppressed. You feel claustrophobic watching this movie.
Animation in horror is kind of an odd one for me. While the potential to create great horror is there, after all, animation can explain whatever the mind can conceive, but works of genuinely great horror and animation are few and far between. But I think a certain amount of it is also due to the importance placed on aesthetics in animation. Animators are trained to value things on an aesthetically pleasing level, i.e. the idea that 95% of all animation should either look cool, pretty, or cute. And this in itself creates a barrier, as true horror needs a very particular kind of aesthetic in order to really get under our skin. Take for example the anime horror Another. While it's enjoyable in a Final Destination kind of way, it seems more than anything what the show wanted was to be seen as a beautiful looking show as opposed to a frightening looking one. Take that character aesthetic and compare it to the Stalker character from Perfect Blue.
Yikes.
Now there is a guy who looks creepy as hell in any setting, whether it be standing in a crowded audience or chasing you through an abandoned building. Not long ago I would have thought much the same about horror comics as I do animation, but that's before I discovered the work of one very particular artist. That artist being Junji Ito. Ito's work can be both eerily beautiful and intensely frightening. His illustrations don't seem to concern themselves with being aesthetically pleasing in a traditional sense, and they don't have to. Nothing about the way
he does NFTs now? Oh shit! The scariest thing of all. Damn, this guy is committed. He's committed to truly frightening his fans.
Every line, every pen stroke is intensely focused on making the reader feel as uneasy as physically possible. That is scary. Even his regular illustrations of humans have an eerie quality to them. And something as simple as a house cat can become eerie and bizarre when illustrated by Ito, which if anything shows just how good a grasp he has on how to create eerie visuals. After all, it's easy to make a demon or monster look scary, but a house cat? Now that's something else entirely. Ito's illustrations are primarily centered around the disorientation of the natural world, or as he himself puts it, taking something normal and looking at it backwards. And this goes a long way into making Ito's creations feel like all the more alien and frightening. And Ito finds horror not in dark castles or forbidden woods, but in our everyday lives. Like take the brilliant Window Next Door, for example, in which at night a young boy is called upon by something that lives a mere 10 feet away from him. He'd later find international success with miniseries like Gyo and Uzumaki, but it's his dozens of single chapter short stories that make up the main body of his work. Short stories have a lot of advantages in horror narrative. For one, because of their brief length, there's never a need to over-explain the concept, which, trust me, is for the better. A regular narrative arc looks like this. This is essentially the emotional flow to a basic story, but with Ito, his story look more like this. And what he really nails, what makes him better than 99% of other horror writers, is his command of this spike right here. This sudden jolt of fear at the end of every story. And what he uses to communicate it is a technique nearly entirely unique to comics. That of the page turn. He always gives us this little panel right at the bottom of the page of our character reacting to something unseen. And then it's up to us to turn the page and oh Christ, what the shit is that? The best example of this I can think of is one of Ito's most famous stories, The Enigma of Amigara Faults, in which an earthquake reveals a group of bizarre human-shaped holes in the side of a mountain. At first, no one can figure out what these holes are or why they're there, but slowly, people begin to realize that each hole is perfectly suited to each individual person. And upon this realization, people start to feel compelled to climb into the holes, and when they do, get slowly sucked in. Yikes. No explanation of where they're going, nor what lies beyond. I'm gonna leave the story there, as I really think you need to just experience it for yourself. But trust me, when you turn that final page, it's going to stay with you for a long, long time. Kindergarten
Read it episode. On stream? Not too long ago, there was a great earthquake in H Prefecture. Several towns and villages were devastated. The fault was deep and several kilometers long. Following the earthquake, a large fault was discovered near the epicenter, on the north slope of Amigara Mountain. This was the sign of the beginning of this strange incident. I'm reading it fine. Right to left. Am I still on Amigara Mountain? I've been climbing for a while, but I still haven't seen anything. Hey! Hello over there. I'm Milwaukee. What's your name? I'm Yoshida. So are you looking for the fault too? I thought that must be why you came here. I mean, no offense, a woman hiker all alone? I saw it all on TV. It made me kind of restless. When I saw it, I knew I had to go. It was the same with me. It's a real mystery, isn't it? It's a wonder of nature. It's got the entire country, no, the entire world transfixed. Did you hear voices? It must be the others who've come here. Let's head that way. I'm sure we're near the fault. What? It's just like how it was on TV, but a lot more powerful. Thousands of human-shaped holes found in the fault exposed by the earthquake. So before the quake, they were underground. It makes you wonder how it could happen. Look at that. Maybe they're university researchers. They're checking out the holes. Even this 30-meter fiber scope can't find the end. I think the entrance was sealed up with the accumulation of soil over the years. The same forces that covered up these holes. Then these holes must be ancient. But if that's the case, who have the technology to make them? So what? What's so special about this hole? It was my shape. What? It was identical. No, it went beyond that. That hole was my silhouette. It was based on me. I swear, I'm serious. What are you saying? These holes are supposed to be thousands of years old. How could they have based it on you? That's kind of egotistical, don't you think? I'm not joking. Don't make fun of me. I knew it was me. It doesn't have to make sense. So you too. I felt the same way after I saw it on TV. I came here to look for my hole. This is it. See how perfectly I fit? You look like you don't believe me. Well, I don't blame you. I'll prove this is my hole right now. Hey, what? Hey? Hey, come back here. That's dangerous. Oh my God, hey, come back. I can't believe it. This guy just went into the hole. I don't know if he can get out. A crowd gathered around the hole, shouting, but Nakagaki did not come out. Professor, we've been searching for him with the fiber scope, but there's no trace of him within 30 meters. A rescue squad is attempting to enter the hole. One of their members is 5'2" tall, trying to go in. Short king. Night has fallen, and there's no sign of the man who went into the hole. That night, I had a nightmare. In my dreams, I was Nakagaki. I was completely trapped in pitch blackness, hundreds of meters into the hole. Thank God. It's morning. That was a nightmare. Owaki, can you come with me? I need to show you something. What is it? I found it. I found my hole. It turned out it was further down at the foot of the fault. No wonder I couldn't find it. Well, it does kind of look like you. It's identical to me. I'm scared. I'm so scared. This is my tunnel. They dug it for me. It's just a coincidence. It happens all the time. It happens to look a little like you. No, this is my tunnel. It was made for me to enter. And when I go in, I'll be trapped in this hole. It has been a full day since the man who walked into the hole has disappeared. He has vanished without a trace. Hey, look over here. What's that kid doing? Hey, what are you doing? Get down there before you hurt yourself. This is my hole. It was made for me. I have to go in. Tell my mom goodbye. Hey, stop. Somebody stop him. Others might follow him now and enter the holes. Look over here. Someone else just went in. Here too. Quick, get them out. Yoshida. I'm going to have to enter that hole. I'm going to die there inside of that hole. You'll be all right. Don't worry. It's no good. Look over there. It's just gaping at me. My silhouette's saying, come on in. All right, if you're so scared, I'll help you. I'll fill this hole up. Just watch me. Okay, he's putting rocks in it. Don't you have to go back to your tent? No, I'm too scared to be alone. Don't worry, I'm here with you. I've always been alone. Ever since I was a child. My parents didn't care about me, neither did my friends, Sag. Do you see, Yoshida? You're afraid of that hole because you've been lonely. Nothing could be lonelier than that hole. You have nothing to worry about, though, now that I'm with you. That night, I had another nightmare. It was another time. I don't know how long ago. I had committed a horrible crime, and I was about to be punished. Actually, it was more like a death sentence. Along the cliff wall were countless holes for criminals executed in the past. When a person committed a crime of my magnitude, the people in the past would dig human-shaped holes. I was about to enter this hole. I felt the cold stone on all sides around me. I had no choice but to move forward. In the claustrophobia all around. The walls were carved in a way that kept you from retreating. I was sliding slowly down, moving forward with each movement I made. And with time, I felt a tug on my neck. To my horror, the part corresponding to my neck only got longer and longer. Stretching until it should have torn off. No, not just my leg, my neck, my arms, my legs, my torso. The whole stretched out into several directions at once. Ah! Someone! Anyone help me! Ah! Another nightmare. Where did she go? She can't have gone far in the dark. Ah, the rocks! She took them out! She went into the hole. Hey, Yoshida! Come back! Why? Why did you do it? Why? Flashlight falls, clatters, bounces, aims at a single silhouette that looks just like our protagonist. This is my hole. Several months later. Professor, here it is! Just as that climber informed us. So there was a fault on the other side of the mountain. I'm sure this was formed by the earthquake as well. But unlike the one on the other side, this one's quite small. There are holes, but they're not human-shaped. They don't really have any form. Aha! Take a look at this. I wonder if they're connected to the ones over there. I'm gonna go take a look. Ah! Sir! I see something! It's slowly coming this way! Holy fucking shit. Holy shit. Jesus Christ, aware, dude. Holy shit. I see something. I'm gonna take a look. It's slowly coming this way. Ah! Ah! Oh my God! Oh my fucking God! It was striking the mountain the whole time! Oh, fuck! Holy shit! Holy shit! Now I won't be able to sleep. That was good. Yeah, it was very creepy. Finale. Don't do that to me. I have heart problems, dude. I'm sorry, dude. It's like authentic horror. You know what I'm saying?